coming to you every hour on the hour.
Are you looking for the ultimate freeride kite that has great power through a very big wind range and is your wallet twice as big as mine? Then you might be interested in the Duotone Evo DLAB. I've been riding this kite for a couple sessions, really enjoyed it, and today I'll be reviewing it, so stay tuned.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account. Yeah.
So riding this kite in a variety of conditions gave me an insight as to what makes this kite so special. As you can see on the whole leading edge, it's quite gold. This is material called alula, and it makes the kite very light and very stiff. Lighter materials help the kite fly in lighter winds, but also the stiffness helps it stay in very good shape in very strong wind. And I experienced both this in a session in very low wind, about 18 knots, and also a session in 45 plus knots, where I noticed that the kite had very similar bar feeling and very similar control in both wind speeds. This is quite good for a freeride kite. I really like this because sometimes you can have a kite that can feel so different in very strong wind compared to light wind, and then you have to adapt and try to relearn the kite when the wind picks up. This kite felt very similar. Of course, in very strong wind it had much more power, but in about 80 knots I could really feel the same feeling in the kite and the same bar feeling, and it really gave me a lot of confidence in gusty conditions that this kite would perform well. In the high winds I noticed that the kite didn't lose that much of its shape. This kite being a three-strut kite, three-strut kites are known when the wind picks up that they might form a little bit in the sky, which would translate to you feeling the gust a bit more. This kite, however, really held its shape really well. This is also due to the fact that at the bridal attachment is at 7 points that attach your power lines to the leading edge. This makes the kite a very stable platform and doesn't allow the kite to open up that much when the gust hits you. In lighter wind I noticed that the kite would really like to fly above me, and when I would send the kite into the window, it would really fly straight down the window, generating a lot of power. In stronger winds, I was pleasantly surprised by the lift of the kite. Normally I ride the North Orbit, which has good lift because it's also really made for big air and it tends to fly up very much. Three-strut kites that are meant for freeride have to be good in wave riding and foil as well, and that puts the kite a lot of times a bit further in the window. This kite, however, in really strong wind, I was able to, when I launched the kite to 12 before a jump, it would really go straight above me, which gave me a lot of lift and also gave me a lot of confidence to pull a kite loop because I had more line tension in the jump, which gave me a better feeling and better trust to loop the kite and to go for that extra push. So that's really great. While the riding with the Duotone Evo was exceptional, I had some troubles with the inflation system. This is also because it's a bit new to me. I'm used to just a hose that fits on my kite. This I had to get an adapter, which is fine, but then twisting the adapter on the inflate would open up the inflate, and I had a couple times where I would pull the hose off and it would actually deflate the kite. So that's maybe something I have to get used to, but also I like it simple. I don't really like to bring adapters in my kite bag because I might lose them. So for me, a simple hose system is a thing that works perfectly, and a deflate in the wingtip only makes it able to break a little bit quicker. So for me, that's a little bit of a con. This kite has been used for about 5 or 6 sessions, but we can already see on the trailing edge that it has a little bit of wear and tear. This is something that I'm quite surprised by, as this is a very expensive kite. It's not something that's going to impact the performance quite a lot, but it might impact your resale value a bit, which is a bit too bad for a kite that costs this much. The big question is, are you going to spend a little bit extra getting this kite compared to a normal Evo or an Evo SLS? There's different ways of looking at it. This kite has so much wind range. As I said, I've been riding it between 18 and 40 knots, that you might say, I will take just an 8 instead of an 8 or 7 and a 9. This gives you the option to choose one kite instead of 2 kites, which can also, if you count it up, be cheaper than getting 2 kites. I rode this kite on 24-meter lines using the Duotone Trussbar. I quite liked it. I don't really like a rope in the middle because it sometimes when my hands are too close to the center of the bar, it scratches my fingers. This is also something that is just my way of riding, so it might not be relevant to you. Also, the leading edge is made of gold. I don't know if it's actual gold, it might translate in the price, but it looks gold and that looks pretty shiny and good. Also, when a tear happens in alula, it usually doesn't go that far, which makes repairs cheaper. And this will make the kite last a bit longer. I want to say a big thank you to Kite Shop Haarlem for letting me test this kite. If you want to test this kite for yourself, you can head over there. They have this 9 meter there, which you can use. Try it. If you like it, they might have a good deal for you. For now, I have to return this kite, but maybe I will take it with me and sell it. If you like these kind of kite reviews and you would like to see some other gear reviews, let me know in the comments below. I've been working with Stino on a comparison between the Orbit and the Nitro. Similarly spec'd kites, but they fly a bit different. So I hope you're keen for that one. Let me know what you want to see. See you in the next one.